you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'd like to show you some of the ways that you can use null objects in After Effects in relation to music videos. There's a couple of different ways that you can incorporate null objects. And if you're hearing of null objects for the first time, it's basically like a placement area where you can put tracking info, data, scaling, position, keyframes like that, and use it to control another set of clips. In our case right here, I can right click and add a new null object, and then I can parent our clip to the null so that we can give the null like authority of our clip. So if I hit S on the null, scale or rotate, it affects the clip that is right beneath. So I can hit S, hold shift, hit R so that I can have both of these set of keyframes, and then I can like rotate our clip -30, 28, doesn't matter, and then you can also scale into it. Hit F9 and then space these as required. Yeah, so you can see it will give us that movement. You can also add another null on top of the other null. Now instead of parenting our clip to this null, we can use this other null to parent on this other null so that it kind of always obeys what this other does. Okay, so I can have it zoomed in and then zoom, or I can zoom into or I can zoom out. So you can go from 100 to 150, which means that the video can zoom in and then zoom out. Okay, and instead of moving these keyframes to space them out, I can directly like move this null object left to right to get my timing right. Something else is that in the event of tracking your clip, so right now I'll just go to my trackers tab, track motion, track the face of the artist. Let me make sure I'm rendering at full. Sorry, I can track like his eyes. Now that you have this tracking data on the artist, if you can see a tracker point, it means on view, maybe you're like on none or masks. Make sure you're on motion tracker points. Make sure to create a new null object under the target right over here. Change it to a null object instead of putting this data on your clip. So you can hit OK, hit on apply, hit OK. If I hit U, I will see all those keyframes on the null, which means that you can even delete the motion trackers data on the clip that is right beneath. I'll grab a quick PNG. We have this verified PNG over here. Now if you would like to make it follow the artist, all you need to do is just need to use this pick whip and parent our clip to the null object like this, and that will follow the movement of the artist. Let me just chop it up so that it appears at the clip, and just like that it will follow the movement of the artist. The reason it's also bouncing over here is because with the tracking point there is a time the hand would go over the eyes, so I had to like do that manually. I kind of did a terrible job. Yeah, and you can do this with literally anything. It could be some text, and with my text active I can do the same thing that we just did, parent the text to the null object, and it will follow the artists as well. And you can also have like multiple items, so if I also re-enable the PNG and maybe put it over here, yeah, they will both follow the movement of the artist. And that's one of the merits of using a null, is that you can put and stack multiple items and parent them to the same null objects, and they will follow the movement like that. In the case where you're dealing with 3D objects from element, I'll add a quick solid and put element and then put a 3D object over there. I have some classic 3D cigars. If I go under rotation and try to rotate under Y, you can see that they will rotate over here. I can even add a keyframe, maybe start it from 0 to 70. 70 is too little, maybe we can go up to like 170. To move them in and out of the frame, we'd typically have to go to this position Z and like keyframe it in and out like this. Or you can also use position XY to move them left or right of the frame. The alternative and less strenuous method of doing this is like going under group 1, create a group null. So create it, and it will create like a null object which is like linked to your solid. We can keyframe this, make sure that this is like our final value, and then earlier on in the video we can use position Z to move them out of the frame. And at the same time you can also do the same with position XY. You kind of have like a lot of easy control over these, so I'll push them out of the video up to minus, I think minus 2700. And if we play these back, we can see that we've been able to move these quite easily. And I think, as I said, we can add a null on top of that null, parent this main group null to this. And now if we hit P on this other one, maybe hit S, we can scale these out or in. Okay. And it's these small details that I wanted to pass to you guys over this video. Anyway, I'll jump to my last one, which is like a major one. I'll have to open a different project file. I made this tutorial a couple of days back where we were adding some grunge animation style text. So we had this pre-comp which had these texts, and then you set that up as a 3D space. And you know, whenever you're dealing with a 3D space, you need to use a camera. So I added a camera the way we normally do, but instead of using the camera controls to like zoom in and go onto the different text like this, what I simply did, I added a null object, and then I parented the camera to the null object, and now I could use the null object to like move, to scale in. Did you have any other keyframes? Yeah, it was only the position keyframes which had the Z position and the X and Y. And using a null object made this process very much easy. So I'd highly recommend also checking this tutorial out. And yeah, I hope I've been able to demystify some of the ways that you can use null objects in your workflow. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. I'm happy to respond. And you can also let me know which one of these you found most interesting. For now, I'll catch you guys on the next video. My name is Danny James.